Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's Josh with the Get Business Credit YouTube channel. Today we have a special guest, Joe, the founder and CEO of National Business Capital. So, for those that don't know who National Business Capital is or haven't caught our past videos we did with Joe, this video is probably for you. And if you've already applied in the past with National Business Capital and they weren't able to help you, you might want to revisit applying with National Business Capital. All the links will be in the description below, but without further ado, let me just let Joe take it over. Joe, if you can introduce yourself and a little bit about National Business Capital, and then we'll get into it a little bit more detailed.
Sounds good. Awesome. Yeah. Well, thanks for having me on, Josh. It's always good to see you. It's good to catch up and chat prior to getting started here. And I just want to give you a big shout out. Love everything that you do for business owners and everything all around business credit, just helping people access the capital that they need in order to grow. And yeah, my name's Joe Cambrato. I'm the CEO founder of National Business Capital. I founded the company back in 2007. We basically have streamlined the whole process to apply for business financing. We do everything from SBA loans to lines of credit to term loans to equipment financing to inventory loans. And you apply in one simple place. We have 75 different lenders on our platform. We help you get matched to those right lenders. So we handle the process from application all the way to funding. And by following our processes, by having access to all the lenders that you would need in one place, we've been able to help secure $2 billion in financing for business owners all across the country in all industries. That's tens of thousands of transactions that me and my team have helped do. And we've got a really great team. A lot of companies out there today are just so tech focused, but we're really focused on having amazing people that really understand the lending products that are out there. So when you reach out to us and apply, it's really digital, it's really fast, but you also get to speak to someone here that's a human and actually knows, all the lender guidelines. They can explain things to you, they can answer your questions. And then once we kind of understand what you're looking to accomplish, we'll talk about what products will make sense for you. Because if you're, just need some working capital, then it might be a line of credit or a term loan product. If you're looking to buy some equipment, we'll talk about equipment financing. We'll finance that specific piece of equipment over 5 years, with a nice monthly payment. So, every type of situation is different. So depending on what you're looking for, we'll make up that lending product. And it's really important that when you're going to apply for financing, that you're utilizing the right program out there. And that's exactly why, Josh does what he does. That's exactly why I have, my YouTube channel as well. And that's exactly why National Business Capital has been created, is to help owners access the right lending product. Because if you go to the wrong lender, even if you've got great credit, great cash flow, great sales, great profit, if you're not matched to that right lender, you may be able to you may be missing out on getting, either more money or a lower rate or a longer term to repay. And those things are really, really, important and key to success when growing a company.
Yeah, exactly. And just to let you guys know, because I know I get this question every time, the last videos we did with Joe and the interviews is big question. Is NBC, National Business Capital, like those, I'm not going to mention any names, but those affiliate marketing lead sites that you put in your business information, next thing, as soon as you hit submit, you get called by like 20 different lenders. That's not National Business Capital. You'll deal only with National Business Capital.
That's right. Yeah, that's
have a rep
important.
and everything.
That's really important, Josh. Yeah. We do not sell your info, and we don't want to sell your info because we're the ones that are working with you. So when you do apply with us, you will get a phone call, but it's from one of our business financing advisors that's working here behind me at the company, and they're going to reach out, not to bother you. We don't have these annoying salespeople. We don't like that. We call you as an advisor to understand, hey, what's your business? What's going on? We want to ask you a few questions about your business to understand it. Then more importantly, we want to understand what you're looking to get accomplished in your business. And usually when people need money, it's for two reasons. It's for an opportunity. They're looking to borrow money to go take advantage of an opportunity to grow their company, or they have a challenge in their business. And that challenge just might be a temporary cash flow challenge because you're growing or maybe going through a slow time, and that's okay. So we just want to understand what's going on. And from that very simple, fast, easy conversation, we're not going to ask you anything crazy. It's all things that you know about your business. From that simple conversation, we're going to go and we're going to match you with that right lender. And we'll collect all the documentation. We'll package everything up. We submit it to one or multiple lenders. We'll gather all the approvals back, and then we'll go over those approvals with you. And then you pick the best one that makes the most sense for you and your business. And that whole process happens really quickly. Like if we reach out to you, we have a quick conversation. You reach out to us, we'll reach back out to you. It's a digital app. We collect some financial docs. It's usually some bank statements. If it's over $250,000, we'll need last year's year-to-date financials. Nothing crazy. And we'll have a quick combo. We'll collect the docs, and then our systems are directly connected to our lending partners' underwriting system. So we gather all this information. We do a soft credit pull so it doesn't affect your credit. And then based on what we're seeing, based on the conversation with you, we'll get you matched and submitted to one or multiple lenders. And then we'll bring those offers back to you. And that all happens in if we talk to you, send us your docs, we can have approvals back to you in hours. It's really, really quick. And that's where the fintech comes into play.
Right. Just like, so you guys understand, I'm not just promoting National Business Capital because we're a partner with them. You guys know I test everything out. That's why I have over 100 business credit cards. I don't need all those cards. I test everything out ahead of time for you guys and get to learn these underwriters and whatnot. So I fill out the application with National Business Capital. They didn't know I was a YouTuber or anything like that for my other company. And I think the whole process, there was no hard pull in my particular situation. And I think it was all done in a matter of like 2 or 3 days. And I know every loan and every situation is different on, how much and stuff. And I didn't take no $200,000 loan, nothing high like that. But Joe's team was able to get me approved for a draw loan that I can just pull from anytime I want. I don't need to take the whole amount or whatever I want. Next day it's in my bank account, and then they just pull like once a month. They were able to get that. I never got any hard pull or anything. And it was, I never even had to talk to the actual underwriter. They took care of everything. I just had to do a simple DocuSign. That's it. So
Nice.
I'm not saying that's going to be everybody's going to, be that streamlined. Of course, the higher the loan amount, the more documentation the underwriter is going to need, and NBC will need more, documentation, bank statements, all that stuff. But in my particular situation, it was all streamlined. I just filled out the application that I'm going to show you guys here in a minute, and connected my business bank account, and literally 48 hours later, the funds were in my bank account, like 48, 72 hours or so.
That's awesome.
So those draw loans are nice to have. I don't need to take it. It's there when I need to, so it's just nice to have that for backup,
Absolutely. And just to clarify too, what Josh was talking about, and Josh did apply. We didn't know he, was applying. I don't even know if you're working with us yet at that point.
No. I purposely
we had
do that to test you guys out.
No, and it's great. And well, one, it makes me feel good to hear that my team, did awesome. And what Josh is talking about, we got him approved for a revolving line of credit. So you get approved for a set amount of money. Let's just say it's $100,000. But if you only want to pull 10,000 or 20,000, you just pull that, and then you only pay for whatever it is that you pull. And then when you pay it back, that money becomes available again. You can just keep reusing it, just like a business credit card or whatever. The rates are really good, and you got the flexibility. The funds are in your account, so you can actually get the actual cash, and those are really great. And we can do those up to like $250,000, and get you funded in like 2 to 3 days. And to Josh's point, like everyone's situational, and that's why I created National Business Capital, because we've got all these different lenders. So if you apply with us and you get declined by one lender, we can move to another lender. We do that. You don't even know that's happening. But every owner has a different credit score. Every owner has a different cash flow situation, different sales. They're in a different industry. So depending on your situation, we'll make up how much we can get you approved for. But 250,000 under, it's usually 3 to 6 months of bank statements, a digital app. And then if you want to go larger than that, from some of our different products, we may need, a tax return or some financials and stuff. But if it's under 250,000, it's really limited. It's really, really fast. And we've got the flexibility to move around the different lenders and get you a competitive offer. But, as Josh mentioned at the start of the video too, if you did apply with us and you didn't get approved, there is a reason for that. Because if we can't get you approved, usually, no one really can.
Exactly.
And if they can, it's usually going to be not favorable terms that we probably wouldn't offer to you. So if you didn't, we'll tell you what you need to do in order to get approved. But if you applied, 6 months ago, a year ago, whatever it was, if your sales have grown since then and your situation changed, then, as Josh mentioned, reapply, and, we'll do everything we can to get you approved. We don't get paid unless we get you funded. So we're super incentivized to get you funded. We don't collect any upfront fees or any BS like that. We don't get
doesn't
you
hurt your
funded.
credit or anything just to check if you guys if you guys applied with them 3-4 months ago when we did the last video and they weren't able to get you funded. Well, maybe your situation is slightly improved, your time in business or something. It's, they're always updating new, underwriters they work with. And I'll tell you a little bit about their underwriters. A lot of them that they work with, it's not like they're going to Chase and just these underwriters that you guys would know. They're underwriters that you try to even go to their particular website. They don't do business to the public. It's not like you can go and submit applications to them. They must only deal directly with people like National Business Capital.
That's right. That's a really good point. A lot of the lenders that we deal with are wholesale lenders, so they only deal with established brokers like National.
Right. They don't want to deal with all the headache and stuff that you guys do as far as getting all the documents and stuff. So that's how they can offer better terms too, because it's lower overhead for them because they're having you do all that work, right?
Exactly right. Yep. And we do all the doc collection. And the thing too is you don't really want to go to a lender directly, because how do you know if that's the best deal? And that's that's the value that we bring to the table. And the other thing that's important is if you did apply with us and you did get funded, we're not just about the first funding. So even if you're not fully paid off, you can come back to us, and we're here for the long, haul. We've been doing this since 2007. It's been 15 years now, which is crazy. So we're here long term. It's a long game for us, and we want to be your financial partner as you grow. So we have customers that have been with us for over 10 years now that have done multiple funding, with us as they grow. We had a customer that started with us, Josh. This is a crazy story. 5-6 years ago, started with $50,000. We just got them $1 million last month. And their company's grown. When they came to us, they couldn't have qualified for $1 million. They started with 50,000. That was the max they could get, and they grew their business. We've always stayed in touch. They had another opportunity. Their company grew. We got them $1 million. We're helping them buy another business. So it's really, I love hearing those stories. It's just really cool to see.
Yeah, I actually noticed in my dashboard in the back end as a partner with National Business Capital, I noticed at least 5 of you guys that got loans with National Business Capital got approved, say 6 months ago. And you must have paid off that loan or something, because it shows me that you took out another loan with them and they were able to get you refunded. So that's the transparency with National Business Capital, is they're very transparent with me, the partners that they work with, and all the way around. They could just, not tell me that they refunded you and not pay out, but they're honest and pay out, so, and that helps support this channel and for me to keep putting this content out for you guys for free,
100%. No, it's great stuff. And even if you're not, fully paid off, we can still relook to do something as you grow. And the reality is, if you're growing your business, you're going to need access to capital. And a lot of people don't understand this. The companies that are growing quicker actually need more and constant access to capital as you grow. Because as you're expanding, growing, taking on new work, new jobs, hiring people, a lot of times money's go out the door quicker than it can come in, or quicker than you can collect it, especially our, construction, manufacturing guys, wholesale distributor guys, they're taking on more and more customers, doing more and more work, but there's a delay in the receivables and getting paid. So we're always trying to fill those gaps and just help them, fuel their growth.
Exactly. Okay, real quick, let's run through some questions that I know that a lot of people are going to ask. Real quick, is there a minimum time in business if the person has good personal credit, and they have money in the bank account of their personal or whatever, but they're fairly new, brand new business, say a month in business, but they, have solid foundation of their business? Is there a strict requirement on time in
So,
business or?
so really, when you're under a year, and we like to see 1 year time in business, but we help companies that are in business, 3 and 6 months. But the
Yeah,
main
when you guys
thing,
got me approved, I wasn't for that particular LLC. I wasn't more than probably 7 months in business, I think.
there you go. So the main thing is, if you're in business 3 months, 6 months, 7 months, as Josh mentioned, if it's under a year, there's got to be cash flow, and there's got to be sales happening.
Transaction statements
Uh,
showing
uh,
that.
We got to see that revenue that's going into your business bank account, not personal. It's got to be in your business account, which is really important. And we like to see a minimum of like $8,000 to $10,000 in gross sales going into your bank account.
Yeah.
That's what we really like to see.
So it's really not ideal, and it's not just National Business Capital. It's very hard for anybody to try to get a business loan if you're just formed, say, a LLC, and you just have a good idea of a business that's going to be,
Correct.
you think, going to be the next best thing since sliced bread. That's not how it works.
Yep.
Banks do not give loans out like that. You can get a personal loan, but that's a personal loan, and then you
Correct.
put that money towards whatever. But
Yep.
business loans, you can't get that just for having you think you have the next Facebook or the next Google. It doesn't work that way. You have
If
to
you've got
show
that, go raise some equity.
exactly. So if you have, I would say very minimum is 3 months of bank statements of some transactions coming through, right? 8 to 10,000 minimum gross sales per month. And you guys work with pretty much all industries, right?
All industries. We even work with cannabis companies,
Mhm.
but all industries. If you're a business, if you're doing business, you've got sales, you're growing. We can work with you and we can help with you. We've
Okay.
done every industry out there.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, what about real quick the minimum FICO score for, say, the South Pole or whatever? What if, say, if flip the scenario around, somebody's been in business, say, for a year, they have a lot of transactions coming in. Let's just throw 20 to 50,000 a month of transactions of, gross or net profit, whatever they can pick that, whatever. But they have bad personal credit, for whatever the case may be. If they had bad divorce or whatever, we don't know the person's situation, but their business is solid. Is the FICO score going to hurt them?
So that's the beautiful thing about a platform and having all of these lenders in one place is we have some lenders that will look past the FICO score, where what we focus on, what our lending partners in these situations will focus on is what's up with the sales and the cash flow, and more importantly, like, what are you using the money for and where's the business going? So we understand that business owners, as they grow and build their businesses, they sometimes sacrifice their personal credit. I get it. I've sacrificed my personal credit growing this business, so I completely get it. In the beginning, it's the most challenging. We just funded someone for $100,000 and had a 517 credit score, which is not a good credit score. But we understood why.
Wow.
They used their credit cards to grow their business. They had some challenges through COVID. It really affected their score. We understood it. We talked about it. We looked at their business, of where they were, where they are, more importantly, where they're going. They had the sales to support it. So their business was doing good. Just personal credit took a hit. We were able to work through it. We got them funding. They were really happy. So we can still help you. And, we always recommend, we'll help you now, but, get focused on cleaning up that personal credit. We can even tell you what is affecting it, so you can go get focused on it and get it cleaned up and get it back to where it should be.
Yeah, I have a lot of private one-on-one mentor clients, for instance, that come to me. I do these mentorships twice a year, and a couple of them that I was just talking to, they don't have bad credit. They just are in the low 600s because they have, all their credit cards at 90%
Yep.
maxed out because they're using that to fund their business, to buy products and sell them on white label on Amazon, and they show the sales and stuff, but they're getting turned down when they go into Chase Bank thinking they're going to get a loan. Well,
Yeah,
that's just
100%.
that's
Yeah.
just the way it
Any,
is. Chase doesn't want to do
yeah.
business with
Yeah.
anybody.
Yeah, no, even if you got 700 plus, it's a challenge, but they want a 700 plus credit score for sure. We can work with you in the 600s, and our goal is we want to get you away from using your personal credit cards. Because what most people don't understand is a few things. Is one, you can't write off the interest for your personal credit cards, even if you're using it for your business. A lot of
Mm,
people don't get that or understand it. Two, there's not structured repayments of personal credit cards. So when you're making those minimal payments, only 3% goes towards the principal balance. So it can be really expensive, even though you think you might have this fancy low rate. You don't. If you're making minimum payments, it's going to be really expensive because your
right.
principal is never getting reduced. And then lastly, like you're not building a relationship with the business lender. If you've got a business, you got to have lending relationships, access to capital. Capital money is like the oxygen in your business. And without oxygen, you can't survive. So you got to have the lending relationships and you got to build those financing relationships.
Yeah,
It's
the
it's
interbanking
key.
relationship. That's what I always try to teach everybody, even with the business credit cards. Yeah, you're
It's
not
all
getting
those relationships. Yeah.
a card with BP. It's actually Synchrony, but I mean the Fleet Core. You got to work on that relationship with those underwriters, and they
Yep.
will extend more credit to you instead of trying to go
All of it.
after a
Yeah.
whole bunch
It,
of different
it's
ones.
not. It's not. Yeah. It's not just with us. And you're like spot on, Jeff. You should be building business credit card relationships. To build, and that helps build your business
Mixed
credit. You should
credit.
have. Yeah, you should have your like non-bank business relationships. You should have your bank relationships. And maybe at some point some private equity relationships if it's you're thinking about a transition with your business or selling or whatever it might be. But all of those, you want to have all these financing relationships, and you got to build them and you got to work on them, and it just doesn't happen overnight. And I say business is built on business is built on relationships.
Right. And like account mix with business credit, when you're building business credit, there's also like with Experian, I'm the only YouTube channel endorsed by Experian because I really express and teach everybody about how to read your Experian business credit report. And one thing I noticed about that draw loan, the revolving draw loan that National Business Capital was able to get
The
me, not that I
reports.
needed it, but it reports to um, I didn't really follow Dun and Bradstreet too much because it's not really used vendor credit, but it reported to Equifax, Creditsafe, and Experian Business, and then Ansonia and PayNet. So some of these are
Yep.
ones you don't really know about that are hidden data furnishers that the underwriters are looking at, like LexisNexis and stuff. So I didn't even expect that draw loan to show up on my business credit, but it did. And the good thing
Yes.
about it is it showed up as a contract, not retail trade, not revolving card, but like a contract type loan. And that's key because
To
they
build your
like to
business credit.
see
Yeah.
mixed credit, like just like
So what?
personal credit, mixed types of credit. So,
Exactly right. And what's important with that is to and what Josh was saying, all those LexisNexis, PayNet, Creditsafe, those are all business credit reporting agencies that are on the business credit side. So you have Experian, TransUnion, Equifax on the personal side. There's Experian and Equifax on the business side also. That's separate from personal, and then all the other ones that Josh mentioned that most people don't even know about. But when you do start building these lending relationships and start somewhere, you got to check. Some of them do report to business credit. So if you do go to a bank, it does help. If you do
small
want to get,
business financial exchange, I mean, that's being reported to. That's key to get, show reporting in that, you
yep.
know.
And if you want to go get a business credit card, it's going to help you, and that also helps your business credit. If you want to get 30-day terms from one of your vendors, they'll look at your business credit. If you want to go finance equipment, and we help with equipment, they'll look at these, as well too. So starting and building those relationships are key to building that business credit, because it doesn't get built overnight, and it's only going to help you as you move along. And it's just like in life, if you've got good credit, it makes it so much easier to function in life.
Oh,
It's on the personal
definitely.
side and the business side.
Yeah, you can sleep a lot better at night knowing that you have cushion to be able to, if worst case scenario happens, you have, lines of credit you can use if God forbid something bad happened, like COVID or something else happened. If that hurts your business by any means, it's just nice to have the
Yeah, and and
flexibility
and
and
and to
stuff.
separate it, because if you do go through this challenge on the
Yeah,
business side and you're keeping it all business, all like this loan, like our loans, our credit lines, and our other forms of financing, they don't report to your personal credit. So it's
right.
really nice to keep it separate. And if you're still using your personal credit for your business, you got to convert over. It's really silly. You're bringing down your score. You're showing a lot of debt. So if you want to go get a mortgage, you want to go get a really nice car lease, a loan, or anything on the personal side, having all that debt, it doesn't look good. And on the flip side of that, if you do separate it, you go apply for a mortgage, a car loan, or whatever, they don't see your business debt. They just see what's on your personal. So when you separate it, there's so many good benefits.
Yeah, definitely. And you guys, what makes with National Business Capital so easy is, let me show you the landing page here. You can see that our logo's up. One of our logos, the older logo, we gotta update that, but we're a partner with them. I usually don't put this particular link in because I want you guys just to apply, and yeah, I trust them. Yeah, vouch 100%. Your information is secure with them. You just go to this page. It's very simple, and you can literally complete this in a matter of like 5 minutes if you have all your information handy, and you just connect your it's Plaid, right, that you guys are using too with the business to connect the business bank account. Is it
We use
Plaid
a
that you guys
different
are?
different platform, but it's the
But
same
like
same
Plaid,
thing. Yep.
where you just connect it, it's all secure. It's not like they're getting access to your login and social, all that. Like, you don't have to worry about that. It's all secure and encrypted and everything.
Yep.
And they'll get
Exactly.
back to you very quick. And they're going to let you know they can get you approved. It's not going to affect your personal credit at all. So just keep that in mind. I'll have all the links in the description below, but you can see here they literally work with all types of businesses, and like on their homepage here, the types of loans, small business loans, lines of credit, loans that you've never even heard of, they offer. Like the revolving lines of credit. It's like a credit card, but I can pull $1,000 off of a $50,000 revolving line that if I need 1,000 or 2,000, I can just pull from it anytime I want. It's there next day. So those are attractive. Not saying that you may need it right now, but you might want to plan for something that you might want to, do in the near future. Have the cash available, just like Joe was saying last time we were talking about trucking financing. You need the money available right away because those rigs are like, as soon as somebody lists one for sale online, it's gone like within 24 hours or so. But anyways, Joe, do you want to go ahead and plug your personal YouTube channel? Because
Sure.
he has
Absolutely.
his own, Grow by Joe, I believe. You want to put that, and we'll put the link in the description, and then we'll have
Yeah.
all the links will be
Yeah.
in the
Awesome.
description.
Yeah. So, if you want to follow me, please follow me on LinkedIn and YouTube, especially. I'm always putting out content and helpful, videos about growing and building your business and doing it fast, to maybe avoid some of the mistakes that I made over the last 15 years. And then on top of that, I talk about all the different financing products and different things that you should know about as you build and grow your business. So you can follow me at Grow by Joe. That's Grow by Joe. So please follow me. Please subscribe. Drop comments. Ask me questions. I'm happy to answer them. Thanks for watching this video. We look forward, me and my team, to helping you access the capital that you need to grow. And thank you, Josh, for everything that you do. Just yourself, your channel, and for the friendship that we've built. And we appreciate you being a top VIP partner of National Business Capital.
Definitely appreciate it. Again, you guys, I only vouch for companies I've personally worked with before I even worked with them as a partner. So I've firsthand worked with National Business Capital. Again, all the link and information will be in the description below. Uh, they will take care of you. That's all I can really tell you. Well, next time, you guys take care. Hit that subscribe button if you're not already a subscriber. I'd really appreciate it. Joe's social pages and YouTube, personal YouTube channel that he has, I'll have also the link down there as well. Till next time, you guys take care, and we'll probably do a Q&A here soon in the next month or so. Bye-bye, you guys.
Awesome.
Bye-bye.
Great stuff. See ya. Thanks, guys.